Andrea, do you prefer that we go in Italian? Andiamo in italiano?
It's this. It's the same for me. Like, do you prefer?
Okay, so perhaps let's continue in English. Otherwise, it will confuse CapCut to make subtitles. How are you doing, Andrea? Sorry to make you wait a little bit.
No problem. No problem. Also, this conversation was very interesting for me. Thank you also for your invitation here. Like always, it's
Thank you very much.
always a pleasure for me to be here with you and your guests.
Thank you very much, Andrea. So let's go now to the borders of Ukraine and now Russia, Donbass. I saw today as I was trickling through the Twitter to see what was going on, because the first tweet that I saw about it was Neboj's, and I was like in shock, and I was like, did this really happen? And just at that time, I caught you on a live stream talking about this, and I found very interesting as well, as we were talking earlier with Neboja, which is the fact that, well, yeah, the guy I just saw 5 minutes before we coming on air, the guy speaking his first words about, and he really seems someone not doing very well over here, like Joe Biden. And I would like to understand this perspective. I found very interesting the video, and I would like you maybe to explain how do you perceive this, and how is people there in the Donbass seeing this situation?
So I would like to remember to the people that are looking us now what the public discussion in Europe told about Fico when Fico became Prime Minister of Slovakia. A lot of liberals in EU politics, a lot of EU politicians say that Fico was a member of this far-right area, like Orban, this area that is for sovereignty against the Ukraine, Eurosceptical political area. So a lot of such things. In Europe, it's very common when some politician or political leader came to the power and he is critical about EU. It's common that the heads of the European Union start to tell a lot of shit about him. No, like he is a fascist, he is a member of far-right movement, something like this, like for Orban. And today, the president of European Council, sorry, I want to be precise, I want to be sure. Jean-Michel. Jean-Michel is the president of European Council. He said it's possible to cooperate with far-right movement. And this is very funny for me, and I would like to explain why. He said in the European Parliament, the question is who can come here and can be ready for cooperate for support Ukraine, support our democracy, and make European Union stronger. So for Jean-Michel, support Ukraine is the first part of European priorities. And he added, if I look to the political parties that we call as far-right party, I see that in this movement there are some people with it's possible to cooperate. Why? Because they share our objectives and interest on these topics. So, where is all the fascist problem that was with Fico or Orban now?
Yeah, it really sounds to me like they are starting to die down the narrative. I don't remember when it was, a couple of days ago. I was talking about this situation with Xi Jinping coming to visit Macron and then going to Serbia and then to Hungary, and what clicked me at that moment was that it really seemed that Orban, Macron has this aspiration of being the petit roi, the new great leader of the entire Europe, new
You
Napoleonic
Napoleon, yeah,
dreams.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it just, that click was, Orban is taking the front role here, because the ones that support Macron or whatever oligarchs behind him, they are losing power. They are not strong anymore, and China is.
Yeah,
So
yeah, definitely.
so of course this is a crystal ball kind of thinking how it's going to be in the future. We don't know, but what my impression was that Xi Jinping was much more, and this is not an impression, this is clear, uh, water clear, that Xi Jinping was much more willing to talk to Orban, for example, than to Macron. And he just went to Macron to say, yeah, I've been here, done that, and let's keep walking.
Yeah, but also if you remember, such criticism against EU leader are always against people that use some keywords like national interest, sovereignty, independence from any foreign influence or external influence in their nations. There are some common points. There are some common points in this, and about what's happened to Fico here in Donbass. There are not a lot of comments about it, but in Russia, yes, and from Russian leaders are coming some comments. For example, President Putin condemned this attempt of assassination of Fico, and also he wrote, I saw a news, he wrote a telegram to the office of Fico for share solidarity with him and with his family. I think this is a very good political etiquette, but also a very good message for the West, because I think Vladimir Putin wants to show that he is ready, it's always open to the West. And when such event happens, it's not important if happens to a leader of the NATO blocks or European Union blocks, etc., because we are talking about violence in politics, and this is always bad. This is a disaster when we talk about democracy. And if I can add some consideration as historian, I would like to say that what's happened today remember me what's happened in Sarajevo in 1914, because in Europe now we are seeing this such type of tensions like in Europe 100 years ago.
Yeah. That's exactly why I put I've been talking to Neboja. We were supposed to do this video a couple of weeks ago, but we ended up. By the way, Nina Byzantina is here. Andrea, Nina,
nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
Introduced. I'm trying to bring Neboja to exactly talk. We had a show with Nina in the Winter Latino show, and it was very interesting how he pictured the pre World War One ambiance. Let's say the environment here in Europe, and we have. Exactly, very similar situation. We were talking about Xi Jinping going to France, and I heard that. Well, I read somewhere that Macron tried to contact Scholz so they could, or the Chinese group tried to put Macron and Scholz together so they could have a conversation, and they didn't want to, because right now Macron and Scholz basically don't support each other. They simply hate each other. And well, perhaps this is gossip, perhaps this is news, but the truth is that we see a completely antagonizing movement between France and Germany. You know, France says something about Ukraine, and then Germany just says something else, and then France cannot hold his stance, so he has to be better than Germany, and then he changes his stance, and then Germany changes again. So it's a completely crazy. And you know, when these two guys don't get along, we know how things happen. And the title of the live stream was exactly as this quote that is attributed to Bismarck, although I'm not sure there is actually historical records that he actually said that is the World War One would start just because some damn stupid thing in the Balkans. And then we see you just made a parallel with Sarajevo in 1914 and the Franz Ferdinand assassination, and that was exactly the first thing that I came to mind, because we are seeing all these things developing in Kosovo and around Serbia, and I was like, oh damn, just another stupid thing. We had a show with Nina called "Just Another Stupid Thing in the Balkans," which was about mostly Serbia and the Kosovo situation. But now I see these attempt assassination, and I say, ah damn, here we go again. And you know, I'm in Europe. I move half a world to have a decent life, and then people decide to make things worse again. It's just stupid. But I think it's a perfect parallel, and that's what's scary, actually. So yeah, so in the Donbass itself, you don't see too much talking about this, or okay. So we have Putin that have made a speech about it, or
a message about
a message.
A message for Fico, and a little comment about what's happened.
Yeah, and in the other hand, as an Italian, I'm sure you still at least somehow connected to the news in Italy. How do you see the Italy going along with this?
So the Italian media, if you saw my streaming some hours ago, maybe you remember that I was a little bit critics about Italian media, because they reported this this event in a little bit late, and no, at the first time without any comment from Ursula von der Leyen, Jean Michel, all European leaders. And I saw in the Twitter page, for example, of Ursula von der Leyen, that she wrote condemned about this event more than 1 year after the assassination attempt. So it's like if they want to think if it's good in this case, give solidarity to Fico. And of course, the Italian media, I think now in this moment, in this historical moment, the Italian media are one of the worst media in Europe, because a lot of them are completely submitted to European politics. So if for you it's not good to speak about something, you can be sure 100% they don't want to speak about it. And of course, this news was reported, but for example, about this man that shoots the Slovakian Premier Minister, nobody wants to report it, that he became his political view was a liberal political view, pro-Ukraine political view, anti-Russian political view. Nobody wants to speak about it. Why in Italy? Why? We can understand very well. because for Italian media, also for state Italian media and for private Italian media that are living with public contributions, it's fundamental not make crisis in the politics, especially regarding the military support to Ukraine.
Yeah, that's amazing that I see this here. It is amazing that I don't see people backlashing on this because it's public money. Italy, it's not going bad yet as an European country, I would say, of course. Um, it's not doing very well. It's we can see it in the daily basis. Things getting worse, and when you see things getting worse, and then you see, oh, are we gonna send just some $1 billion to whatever country that nobody knows even what it is? Yeah, it's over there. People know it's over there. It's over there. It's in Europe. It's in Europe. And yeah, that's well, I try to follow the Italian media, but it's just Control C, Control V from U.S. media, from CNN.
Yeah.
It's the Brazilian media is not better. Okay, so I'm not criticizing out of the blank, but it's just not. I don't see anything. Good, well written. And I'm not a journalist. I told you this before. Everybody that watches the channel knows that I'm not a journalist, but I can write things better than those guys. I'm sorry, but I can. It's just a reality. And if I can do something that is not my work better than someone that's a professional on that, there's a problem.
I can give you an example. I live in Lugansk, no? And some weeks ago, I saw very important news in a newspaper La Stampa about Lugansk. So I saw this news, I read, and was written in Lugansk, the Russian occupant authorities confiscated newborns to the family that don't have Russian passport. I was shocked. I live here. This is completely fake. And when I continue to read this article, the journalist that wrote this article said these news are from the Ukrainian Ukrainian head of Lugansk region. But Lugansk region, it's not under control of Ukraine. So this person, it's controlling nothing, in fact, but he want to make disinformation about what's happening in Lugansk. But for she, as journalist, what was enough that the so-called head of Ukrainian administration of Lugansk reporting this news for write an entire article about it without any other proof.
Yeah. Just to make an example, quick one, because I don't want to stay here the whole night today. It was supposed to be a very quick live stream, and I don't want to hold Nina as well because she has more to do. And just to make this point, I put up this live stream with 3 people from 3 different parts of the planet, and there could be even more if people wanted to come. In 5 minutes. That was the time that, well, okay, it took me an hour to make the thumbnail, upload to YouTube and all those things. But that was the time it took me. So I have 3 different perspectives from 3 different parts of the world. Well, I'm the 4th here. And in 1 hour. And this person, Control C, Control V from, well, if you have, what's it called? It's Command C, Command V if you have an Apple. This person doesn't have, you know how hard it was for me to get people like Larry Johnson, Nina, you, Neboja, was basically going on Twitter and writing a message. Hey, dude, you want to come and meet me and talk on my YouTube channel? And people say yes. Some people say no, but it's not hard to get someone on the ground to talk at least a on the ground perception. Look, this is not what I see, and then you make your weight about it. Andrea,
you can imagine a lot of newspapers and TV channel in Italy. Thanks God, now I collaborate with a national TV channel in Italy, but state media, for example, don't want any relation with me, despite I'm on the field, because they say that you are on the Russian side, Russian, but they say it's more diplomacy, like you are on the Russian side, and what is coming from this side, it's not true.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Andrea, I think I said the name of the channel wrong on the beginning of the
Bio Blue.
Bio Blue. I said Italia Blue. Thank you for. You want to make a last observation about something?
No.
All right.
Thank you,
Andrea. Thank you very much. Until the next time.
Bye.
Bye.